Alright guys, this is Rudkowski of WeAreChange.org here in Hamburg, Germany. This chaotic situation is unfolding right now. Thousands of people. There's a police blockade and barricade right in front of us, if you can see. Let me wipe off the camera lens. The police, for some reason, have set up a line right now. Let me send this. Hold on 1 second, guys. Alright, so that's techno music, and there's thousands of protesters here right now. I'm sharing this on my Facebook and Twitter feed right now. So, there's a protest here where the police say that there's 10,000 people here. Protester says that there's 20,000 people here. Hold on, let me wipe off my camera. That's a lot better. Alright, sorry. So the police have just set up a line with their police cars. And what we're seeing is thousands and thousands. Protesters say that there's 25,000 people here. Police say that there's 10,000 people here. But the police, for some reason here in Hamburg, right now, have just set up a barricade, not letting the protesters through. The protesters have just moved forward a little bit, and there's clashes expected to happen right now. There was actually water cannons being used yesterday. We just arrived here in Hamburg, and as you can see, the situation is intensifying. Protest that was listed as the dance party against the G20, the night rave against the G20. Trying to change some of my filters so you guys can see better. But since this is an official dance party, I have a dance filter on my thing as well. Alright. So as you can see, a ton of people, very few police cars set up over there. There's now more riot police down that corner as well. So far today, the protests have been peaceful here in Germany. But we are, according to the German officials, they are expecting over 100,000 people here in Hamburg to protest G20. The German police and authorities also said that they're expecting 8,000 violent protesters to be here, and many people are saying that this will be the largest rally of the bloc ever. Hamburg is a major city here in Germany. It is a very dense city. It is a city that has been impoverished. It is a city with a very large protest society here. They protest all the time, and again, as we told you, massive protest camps have been set up all around town. Police yesterday have shut down one of those camps, and we're again, this is Rudkowski of WeAreChange reporting live to you here in Hamburg at the G20. I want to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart who supports us on patreon.com/WeAreChange. Without you guys, these trips, these live reportings would not be possible if it wasn't for you guys. So the situation got very tense here. There's been a march that people have been on for about 10 miles here. This looks like the end of the march that people are saying was permitted, and it looks like the police are not allowing the protesters to move forward. Brought the water cannons in. The water cannons are just a little bit off behind us. They brought in pepper spray?
I saw a cop wearing a tank on his back. Another cop was holding the strap as they walked in.
I think the tanks are fire extinguishers. No, I think the tanks are pepper balls. They're like it was a pressurized tank.
So right now we're exactly behind the police line. We already saw projectiles being thrown at them, so we should move over. We saw some projectiles being thrown at them. And then they also were hitting them with those bubble thingies. So the water cannons are right behind us.
I'm bored.
So the police are putting on their helmets. A lot of people here angry with the police. We're seeing some kind of liquid being sprayed. Again, guys, you're watching real independent media on the ground, supported by you, not by any corporation, not by any government, but by viewership, by your super chats as well, which mean the world to us. And I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to do this and being your eyes and ears here on the ground during the most important events that happen around the world. Looks like the police here are mobilizing. They're just confiscating these balloons, these massive balloons that they have set up. The water cannons are being moved, and they have been used yesterday on protesters. So there's two water cannons now moved in. Yeah.
When you see the twin lights, it's a water cannon.
Police have put on their helmets, and we're waiting to see what happens here. Where? Oh, massive amount of riot cops moving in right now. You guys got to see this. Again, share this link with your friends and family members. We're live here on the ground reporting for you. We got great internet connection. So there's over 20,000 police officers that have been brought into Hamburg, Germany, which makes many people question, why would the German officials choose Hamburg? It's like they were asking for trouble. This place has a history of protest. This place has a history of being a very densely populated, impoverished area, and everyone is saying that this will go down. It will be a very massive, incredible security operation that happens here. The two lights that you're seeing right in front of me, right there, those two things, those are water cannons. We're already seeing glass being thrown. Glass was just thrown in this direction. Looks like the police are moving their vehicles after they just blocked the protest group. There's still a line of riot police officers with helmets standing there, but it looks like they're going to retreat, see what the protesters do, and then regroup back over there.
Looks like they're going to let these guys through.
And then if they continue to move forward, they'll use the water cannons instead of everything else. Yeah, so far today.
Haben Sie Angst vor Musik? Das darf nicht sein!
There's been fireworks, flares, smoke bombs also deployed today. But not by the police, but by the protesters. So this is a very lively crowd, massive amounts of people here. And again, the German authorities are saying that they expect at least 8 8,000 violent protesters. Everyone's telling us that tomorrow is going to be the day that everything goes down. Large number of riot police officers running from all directions into this area. Again, guys, you're watching real live independent media on the ground as it's happening, reporting to you here on youtube.com/WeAreChange. We're seeing about 100, 200 police officers so far. It's a very rough estimate. Let's take a look at these water cannons a little bit closer, because that's where we're seeing all the riot cops kind of position themselves behind it.
Oh yeah, these are definitely water.
So these are the cannons that were deployed. These are the cannons that were deployed on protesters yesterday when they dispersed a park. There's so many people here that many of the protesters just taken over local public parks here, and they decided to camp in them because there's nowhere else to stay around in the city. We even had to get Airbnb far away from the city. But here's the police water cannon vehicle that we're seeing right in front of us, and behind it, I don't even know what that is, but that is another. Can you do me? What?
Cow catcher?
Cow catcher?
Yeah, the cow.
Holy cow, yeah. Wow. I want to get a better picture of this guy here. Hold on, guys, I'm also snapping photos. They literally have a snowplow in the front of that police vehicle. Lord? Well, these are massive water cannons with the water being turned on and ready to go right now. Hey, Lauren, can you hold this?
Hey guys, how's it going? Am I allowed to talk on your stream? I can do whatever I want. Nice. Hey Tim, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Are you ready for the communist plowing machine to be deployed?
They have an APC with a cow catcher on it. And then we've got here some water cannons. This guy's dripping.
Oh, this is so exciting. I can't wait
Look
to
at that
watch
shot
some...
that guy's getting. That's a great
It's
shot.
gonna be exciting when you get hit with it.
They're purely communist plowing machines. They're not for me.
All right, so Lauren Southern's here, Tim Poole, Marcus Diapoli is also here. Usual gang that covered these events with us that we're also reporting on with. So it'll be very interesting to see how this situation develops right in front of us. Yes, they literally have a plowing machine. Again, look, the water has been turned on from the water cannon. You can see it dripping here right now. I've never been hit with one of those, personally myself, to be quite honest, but the plow that they have on this militarized vehicle is definitely also something I've never seen before utilized at any kind of protest. So that's also very interesting.
Guys, they turned. They're going the other way. Come on.
Okay. All right. situation is very uncertain. As we know, the water cannons were used yesterday on protesters. There's a lot of important aspects to understand about the G20 that's happening here. Again, the police here and the authorities are expecting over 100,000 protesters to enter Hamburg to protest the G20. They already have found a weapon stash here in Hamburg where they found knives, bats, incendiary devices, and Molotov cocktails that they confiscated from some of the protesters. But again, this is an inner city venue that is impoverished, a very densely populated city with a history of anti-establishment protest.
Water cannons are moving backwards.
Yeah, there's already been clashes with police officers and protesters that have left people injured here. And of course, most of the protesters here are coming from a leftist angle. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching here live. We're going to stay live as the situation develops here, as the things happen here. It looks like protesters are mulling around, deciding their next move. And again, this work would not be possible if I wasn't supported by you guys with either super chats or on patreon.com/WeAreChange. You don't know how important you are to this independent media operation. I want to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart who does contribute. We are not in Poland. We were actually even thinking about driving to Poland, since we know Donald Trump has just landed in Warsaw. He's going to have a major rally there tomorrow. Me and my friends, Marcus, Tim, and Lauren, we're actually even considering renting a car, going there, and then coming back here tomorrow, because tomorrow we're hearing the most violent, most craziest protest will happen here in Hamburg. So some people here have already masked up. They have got the drums out.
All right, I need the feedback to you.
And you guys can't see this because this camera could only so much, but this crowd goes back for miles. So it'll be very interesting to see how everything will unfold. Protesters are lighting off fireworks right now. Another group of riot police officers here, off in front of me. A group of them cornered here. Thank you for that super chat. Who was it? It was Alex. Great work combating mainstream media bias. Keep it up. Always. That's what we're here to do. There's a lot of bullcrap going on with the mainstream media as being exposed right now, especially with the latest CNN blackmail hashtag that has gone mega viral in the United States, that even Twitter is trying to change up the algorithm by autofilling and spelling it incorrectly right now. And I just made a video about this on this YouTube channel, giving you the exact breakdown of the CNN blackmail hashtag, how it happened, the importance and significance of it, and ultimately how many people are seeing this as the end of CNN. I think is an awesome, amazing sight to see. Again, there's a big Antifa chant going off right now. Some people are deciding to put on their masks. It'll be interesting to see if the police will move forward or the protesters will move forward. It looks like the protesters are obviously reluctant to go forward the water cannons that have now also just moved back a little bit. There's some riot police officers talking to some of the protesters here. More riot police officers in that square. There you are.
Here, you guys see this tweet?
What's the tweet?
It has nothing to do with what's going on here.
I'm blocked from posting videos on YouTube for a week because that Bunty dude reported my video talking about the hashtag that he made about me.
Someone made a hashtag about Tariq Nasheed that says "Shut up, Tariq." He made a video about it, but because even though he's talking about himself, it's still hate speech. He got blocked on YouTube for a week.
Wow. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Oh my God.
I mean, a lot of the people who ask for censorship and ask for insensitive
Their own content to be censored.
Yeah, insensitive content to be censored by the social media companies and the authorities don't understand that it's going to come and bite them back in the butt because free speech is believing in speech, even if you disagree with it.
Did you hear that they're banning people for saying "fuck Nazis"?
Yeah,
People
on Twitter.
Yeah, on Twitter.
Yeah, it's biting everyone back in the butt, which I've been warning about.
That's the whole point, that you have to protect speech even for the people you don't like, otherwise they come for your speech.
Yeah, they'll eventually come for everyone's speech, even if you're decrying, and they are, especially with the big social media companies.
Nazis, so
Yeah.
Nazis are now a protected class. Thanks.
Well, it's just playing into the rules that they established, which are asinine rules that were going to bite everyone back in the butt, especially with censorship. All right, we're going to keep moving forward. It looks like some protesters have decided to sit in front of the water cannons. Hold on, I'm walking there right now. Thank you everyone who is tuning in right now and sharing this video. The situation is still unclear on how it will unfold. But when I saw the police set up a line, I knew it was a good time to decide to go live. So it looks like there's a group of about 7 protesters defiantly laying down in front of the riot police, who have now established a bigger, more secure security line for themselves. As you can see, they're not in a big open space where they could be attacked by different sides. And up ahead in front of us is the venue of where the G20 will take place, and obviously police are interested in protecting this area, and that's why they moved back from this bigger open space where they could be attacked from all different sides into this smaller corridor so they can have more control of the environment in front of them. As you can see, the water is still coming down from the water cannons. I shouldn't be standing right in front of it, to be honest with you, because in these situations it is very unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen. At any moment something could pop off, something could happen. But it's good to be on guard and as attentive, and of course not standing in front of water cannons that will blast you and severely injure you. So these guys are still sitting there. People taking selfies with the water trucks. These are massive trucks. Now, I've been covering the G20s for a number of years now, about 10 years now. There's been G20s where absolutely nothing happens. Mainly those G20s happen in rural areas. There's been G20s that attended in Pittsburgh that even when I was there, I was beat up. I was thrown in jail for doing my job down there. So these big, massive security events are very unpredictable, but when they're in massive city centers like Hamburg, it is expected to, of course, as people call it, pop off. And that's what a lot of people here are expecting. A lot of people are expecting a lot of violent clashes tomorrow. The police here are taking security very seriously. There already have been a number of raids on protesters here. There's been already a number of weapons caches that they found here in Hamburg. The police have already taken away batons, knives, Molotov cocktails, incendiaries from protesters before the G20 with their raids that they have been conducting here. Now, the G20 in general is going to be a fascinating event with very historic moments happening inside, with Trump meeting with Putin for the very first time. Trump is not going to have a very easy time here at the G20. We also are hearing that Saudi Arabia will cancel their meeting at the G20, mainly because that country is entangled with conflicts with Qatar, and a very serious diplomatic situation is unfolding with Qatar and Saudi Arabia that many people expect could turn into another Yemen-Syria style conflict inside of that country. So it is very interesting to see Saudi Arabia opt out of the G20, seeing Donald Trump come here and have to meet with people like Vladimir Putin for the first time ever, have to face and sit down with people like Trudeau, people like Merkel, who obviously do not like him, obviously have been very vocally against him, and Donald Trump against them. And with all those considering factors, it looks like more people are taking photos of the snowplow that's happening in front of us. So the Trudeaus and the Merkels are obviously going to be pushing Donald Trump so he is better on supposed climate change that they've been pushing as an agenda that Donald Trump has resisted. Putin is obviously going to be very hard on Trump when it comes to the current situation unfolding in Syria. And it looks like someone is just peeing right in front of me in the middle of the street in that circle. I'm not going to film that. But there's also been a lot of people who've been drinking here, a lot of dance music, a lot of raving music happening here during this protest, just to bring it back to what I'm seeing here. Yeah. I just saw someone squat in the middle of the street and just pissed. Okay, moving forward. But regardless, the G20 meeting will be a very historic, important meeting, very tough meetings for Donald Trump, as he's right now just landed in Warsaw, Poland, as the report have just came in, and he's going to have a massive rally there tomorrow. So, right now, what I'm going to do is turn off the stream, mainly because I don't see this escalating. If it does escalate again, I'm going to go live again in any moment. So make sure you click subscribe and the bell button for notifications as it happens.
It's so crazy here. Oh my god. Oh my god.
A lot of people drinking here, with a lot of hundreds of thousands of people, with the G20 here, with plans to block the routes of all the delegates coming in and out. This is going to be a very interesting event that we, of course, will be covering here, every aspect, every moment of it. And if you watch these national security events, we're usually always on the ground, always in front of the action, always documenting everything that's happening for you live, for free, only because of your Patreon support, only because of your super chats, only because you believe in real independent media and not the fake mainstream media, CNN blackmail, prostitute, horse stream media that obscures and doesn't give you the full story of what exactly is happening on the ground. So I'm going to turn this feed off. Anything happens again, I'm going to go live in an instant. Stay tuned, subscribe, click that notification button. If you have it in your heart, donate $5 a month on Patreon, and I will make sure I will expand and do the best job I could possibly do for you. Love you guys. Stay tuned.